Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. I've been hearing tons of awesome things about another YouTuber named Anthony Vincent, who is able to perform hundreds of different styles and imitations. I first heard some of these awesome things in the comments from you here on my YouTube channel, and then some of my students started suggesting him, and then Anthony himself reached out. So today I'm going to check out his Master of Puppets in 50 styles. Holy cow. Let's get to it. Okay. First impression without even opening his mouth. Killer! Eye contact. Ooh, whoa. Look at that gaze. The intense gaze. Very Dracula something here going on. Also, he's got Logic open behind him. That's the same music production software that I use that is currently recording my VO so that I can mix it later at a better level. That's right. I really, really love Logic Pro. So that's going on his computer in the background. I'm kind of curious if that's just to essentially demonstrate that this is a one take. Not sure, but kind of cool setup going on behind him. I'm going to keep going because I do know this instrumental already. It is fantastic music, and I have listened to it, as many people ask. I've listened to this many times since first reacting to the Metallica original version of it on this channel. So anyhow, I'm going to keep going. It's pretty accurate. Dude, do you blink? I know you're breathing. This is so intense.
In the passion play, crumbling away. I'm your source of self-destruction. Things that bump with fear, sucking dark is clear. Leading on your death's construction.
Oh my word. Oh, okay. There's supposed to be 50 styles in here. I love how completely contrasting those two were. Obviously, James Hetfield, like that was like pretty point on. Okay, I'm gonna go back.
In the passion play, crumbling away. I'm your source of self-destruction. Things that bump with fear, sucking dark is clear. Leading on your death's construction.
I also love the layering that he did of his vocals there. I think with Metallica, it sounded like he might have been doubled, but then we got all the fun harmonies in this one, and also totally different drum groove underneath. That was cool. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go back one more time, and then I swear I'll let it go a little bit longer.
In the passion play, crumbling away. I'm your source of self-destruction.
Oh, I just realized he has, sorry, I know I said I was gonna let it go longer. I'm sorry. But Grogu is in the corner. He's like sneaking out over there. I love it. Okay. It's so cute.
In the passion play, crumbling away. I'm your source of self-destruction. Things that bump with fear, sucking dark is clear. Leading on your death's construction. First we will see, what is all you need? A dedicated soul, I'm killing you. Come crawling faster, obey your master. Your love burns faster, so come on and obey your master. Master about.
Whoa. I'm I'm loving the editing of this. I love the way that he has the band pop up in the corner that says, like, it's this person. It was really fun to have, like, was it one note? One note of David Bowie? I don't know. I want to get into a little bit of the nitty gritty of some of the different things that we do to achieve these styles. But first of all, I have to say that if I heard this without seeing it and knowing that this was one person, I wouldn't think it was the same person. I think that's a really impressive feat to achieve. It sounds like it's good, healthy singing all around. I don't think he'd be able to continue with this and have the longevity and do it if it wasn't healthy singing fundamentally first. And so to be able to take the voice and manipulate it enough to achieve a sound that would fool me into thinking it's a different singer, well, not just one different singer, but several different singers, that's really impressive. Okay, I'm going to go back a little bit. Let's go back to here, actually. So that sound, I don't think I know the Misfits, but the sound, some of these bands I will clearly not know because I'm still working on building that knowledge pull up. That's what first time reactions and analyses are about. But this sound, it has like more space in the vocal track to get a little bit more depth and roundness in the sound, but he still has like a really nice kind of bite in the sound. It's funny, whenever I hear these sounds, I feel like my vocal tract will almost try to mold to find that sound in itself as well. And that is like, all right here. And very, it has like an almost sort of, I think of it as like an angled down kind of placement, where it feels like it comes in from above and trickles down in. Definitely not as much hawking up as the last sound. This is so funny. Oh my gosh, I love the way he does those two masters back to back. It's really funny. And yeah, I feel like both reminded me of the artist. I need to dig a lot deeper, especially into David Bowie here though. Oh, that's such an interesting sound. That one like almost has the back collapse in a lot of ways. It's got zero dominant whatsoever. Wow. Corpse Husband, is that just like Fry? Is that all that Corpse Husband does? The Weeknd, he did a Super Bowl show, I think. I think that's where I saw a lot of his stuff at one point. Very poppy sound. Oh my goodness. It's got something like synthy as well going on with it. I appreciate the different styles of the music that's changing throughout. It's really impressive. Very, very honestly pretty intense, I would imagine, to keep track of all of these sounds so quickly. I have not dug that much into Lynyrd Skynyrd either, but instantly that sound is like, oh yeah, Deep South. One more time. Oh my gosh. No way. Are we doing Bach too? I loved... Oh, and that's Joey Izzo. Okay, I know Joey... I was looking at who did a lot of the music, and I think Joey Izzo did the music production as well. Oh yeah, featuring my producer, Joey Izzo. Oh, that's cool. Very, very cool. Okay, Queen was in there, and it sounded like it was really hearkening from that Bohemian Rhapsody sort of choral section. You know, that Queen section also reminds me of some Arion moments. Anyway, that was really cool. Okay, we'll keep going. Oh my goodness, there was no singing for Bach, just the harpsichord. Okay, sorry. And the gaze.
Needle worked away, never you betray. Life of death becoming clearer.
Oh, this is so interesting. Look, I think he's really clever with this imitation, and I'm going to watch this a lot closer now with him. This imitation, he's keeping his mouth really, really closed. And then I'm sure James Brown is going to have a very open mouth by contrast.
Life of death becoming clearer.
See how close his teeth are? That's pretty open. Very. Ooh, this is so, spirit box. This is so interesting to look at how much teeth he's using in these sounds as well. You'll tend to see more teeth the more metal we get, essentially the more bite in the sound, which seems like something that should be obvious, just more teeth equals more bite. That's surprising. That was some really good harsh vocals in there. Yeah, that feels very deathcore. It's just straight up harsh vocals, no real true pitch hanging out in there. There's a little pitch cinder, like a pitch kind of splash that happens with that kind of vocalization. But it honestly sounds like a very well-produced harsh vocalization. I'm really curious. I don't think that the shadow Anthony Vincent, I'm very amused by the costume with it. I don't think that's accurately representing what he looks like when he sings in this style. I'd be curious what he looks like because people tend to have a lot more body involvement when they're singing in this style. There's even like some awesome research theories about spine stabilization that surround that. Wow. This has got a combination of sort of like a narrow lift. It's not domey. It's like almost like a little tiny ping that comes up there. And then you can even see, I think he's flaring his nostrils a little bit on this one. A lot of nasality in the sound. It's so robotic. I love it. It's really fun. Opera. Oh man. There's a little piece of me that goes, oh, opera is a whole style? Like, I think he's going for a Pavarotti I don't know, Bocelli. I think it'd be really funny to do 50 styles of different operatic singers and see what happens with that. There's so many different styles just among opera singers. Like, what if it's a Helden tenor? Are we going for Wagner? Are we going for Verdi? Are we going for Puccini? Are we going really, really early like Monteverdi? Because that's totally different. Anyhow, I think we're going for what most people think of as opera, which is probably going to be more honestly, that more of that Puccini or even like contemporary opera-ish kind of sound. Anyhow, I'm going to get back to that in just a moment. This Dire en Grey, I don't know that band, but I was really interested in the combination of sounds from it. There's a lot happening. And the harmony's really interesting. It was pretty good. The opera, the style, I think definitely requires more space back here. And he did that and had more vibrato, totally necessary. The one thing that I was looking at that I was like, is his tongue has a little divot in the middle. And some opera singers will sing with that, but if you look at like a ski slope that you see in Pavarotti's tongue, and I was like, that'd be interesting. I wonder what would happen if I took Anthony's tongue and went, would he sound very Pavarotti-like? He might. Anyhow, just like a difference in styles and how people want to achieve that sound. He still sounded very, very operatic. Look at how light he opens. Lots of space for opera. Okay, so I know the name Smashing Pumpkins. I want to say my sister listened to Smashing Pumpkins. I don't really know their sound very well, but it's a pretty gnarly sound. Right? So nasal and distortion on it too. It's almost like you guys have heard me talk about Valley Girl Fry with Corey Taylor, but this takes it like a step further and goes fry and in the nose at the same time. Wow, that's a fun, weird sound to make myself. Okay, whoa. Twisting your mind and smashing your dreams. Blinded by me, you can see a thing. Just call me name and I'll hear you scream. Master. I loved the addition of some Irish instruments in that one and the different beat going with it. Just call me name and I'll hear you scream. Master, just call me name and I'll hear you scream. Oh, it's so cool to have those two back to back because I think a lot of people will confuse those styles. Also notice at this point, I'd mentioned that the more metal or gnarly bite-ish you want the sound, the more teeth you show. You see how he's having a lot more rounding of the mouth at this point. It's been with both the Irish one and this one. We've had a lot more rounding. The sound definitely does not have much bite in it. And teeth. Also, Dirty Loop Singer is, I'm forgetting his name right now, has some of the most incredible runs ever and such a huge smile on his face when he's singing. I love that he's imitating that same mouth shape. I hear you scream. That's a great harmony for that. Oh! That was such a great imitation. The most amazing runs, and yep, did it. Boom! Okay, I was watching him. He does blink. He blinks right there. I hadn't really keenly observed him blinking yet, but he blinked. Fabio! I love the cow. And that's so much fun. That's really fun production. Also, the 90s soap opera intro took me back in a very weird way. And that was amazing. I loved the different characters as it came by. Okay, pentatonics. But first, back to the cat. Oh, it's a really interesting pentatonics imitation. I think he's accurate with the backing vocals in particular. I wonder what song he was going for with the pentatonics imitation, because they have really fairly different sounds depending on what they're covering. And I've heard, things that feel a little bit more like they've got a big drop in them, more electronic, less electronic. This definitely feels like a more electronic version. It could honestly be their Daft Punk cover. Maybe it's just because Daft Punk's on my mind. Okay, keep going. That was beautiful. Yes, thank you for the incredible musicianship that is required for Dream Theater. Okay, Celtic music. That's a cool sax. I totally get the Doom soundtrack. I completely understand that. I like the way that they're bringing in different things and really focusing on the instrumental sections to give you different flavors here. That's cool. I thought it was going to be all vocal changes all the time. I feel like that would just be a little fatiguing for the ears. We wouldn't appreciate it if it kept going like that so long, so it's really good to have a bit of a break from that. Probably Metallica. Oh, that's creepy. Oh, is clowncore a thing? Oh, I think I just learned that clowncore is a genre. Is it a genre or is it a band? That's so disturbing. But the Sabaton was very interesting. I think that you got the choir and the fullness of the sound with a little bit of grit as well. It was nice. Okay, we're gonna keep going because I need to get past the clowncore. I want to take his face and put it on like a very, very slow motion movement because this shaking of the lips back and forth is totally incredible and it would look hilarious. Hilarious in slow motion. I love the guts of him to do this. I don't know this reference at all. Yeah! I like that his mustache is appropriately French already. It was like, and the baguette, right? That was fun. And we got a little, I think, accordion in there too. And then with the reggaeton, all you had to do was change the music up and then yell a little, a little bit like that. That was fun. These are very smart, fun, different styles to pick and choose. Okay, not knowing what I want to listen to while driving around.
Another one. DJ Khaled.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh, I loved that section. That was so good.
Another one. DJ Khaled.
Oh my gosh. I think my computer's having problems keeping up with my backtracking and going and backtracking and going. This is hilarious. It doesn't usually do this, where it has a little extra pause before I hit play. This is happening because I am backtracking and going forward so much. Wow. So much to digest in so many moments. Let's keep going.
Hell is worth all that. Natural liberty. Just around without a reason.
I feel like this is, the solo voice is pretty on, but it's really the harmonies and the backing that feels so very much Phil Collins for me right here. He's also just got a very impressive ability to get some of these harsh vocals on point for a particular style. That's cool. That's cool. It'd be really fun to chat with him about where he's placing different vocals, what he turns on and off to achieve various styles. I'm curious how he feels that.
Never-ending maze. Kept on number 10. Now your life is out of season.
Oh my gosh! I didn't think I knew Blue Oyster Cult, but then I've heard that song, the song it's mimicking. I've heard that on the radio. Interesting, interesting. Also, Anthrax is on my to-do list. All of you, you've been asking for it. It's on my to-do list. It sounded cool from his imitation of it. But the Dave Mustaine imitation was very amusing. It's so interesting. I've heard Dave Mustaine a lot. And that's because my husband listens to a lot of Megadeth, which is why you have not seen a first-time reaction on the channel. And there are times when it's really, really nasal and forward and grating. And then there are times I've heard him sing a very pretty moment as well. And this was partly because Kirk gave me a few different examples to listen to. And I know that their most recent album, people have been just totally raving about. Anyhow, we're going to keep going here. I wanted to shout out to all y'all who've been recommending Anthrax. It is on the way. Okay.
I will lock you by. I will lock you down. I will run through you. Now I will rule you too.
Ooh, look at the mouth shift that he uses to achieve this.
I will lock you down. I will run through you. Now I will rule you too.
Right? There's so much rounding and puckering the lips, which is interesting to me because I haven't listened to much to this particular sound and really thought, how is this being created? Because we've got like some more rap elements, definitely R&B that's going on. And that kind of mouth rounding, I wouldn't have expected to be so present in this sound, but it is. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I think I need to listen to a little bit more and see how live performers are shaping their mouths for this kind of genre, or how Ja Rule does it.
Come crawling faster. Obey your master. Your life burns faster.
Wow.
Obey your master.
Beatles, really? That was amazing. That Linkin Park, yeah. I think the way that the notes were sustained and held, and this far forward with distortion sound, it's almost scratchy. It's a slightly painful sound, which I think he was really going for. And the sustaining of that, I think it's very, very accurate. And I think not only was the vocal technique to get there accurate, I also think that the composition was dead on.
Oh,
Oh, look at his mouth moving and how small it is.
your mind
Wow. That was a fun Soundgarden one. Also, wow, his distortion and the different kinds of distortion I think are really, really cool. There are times it feels like there's a lot more grit or the grit is lighter. How would I describe this? It's like if you really put back to back Linkin Park and Soundgarden, those two have very different kinds of distortion on the voice. Even though I think that they're coming from a similar area, it's more like the mechanisms using to distort their voices are just shaped differently. So to hear him use those different kinds of distortions back to back, I feel really curious now how that feels different to him. And, I think that they're in the same general area, but is he able to sort of thin something out? I haven't ever thought about the idea of thinning or making heavier distortion rather than just adding more or less, but changing the overall texture too. Oh, okay. Wow. This is sending me down a rabbit hole of the mechanisms used to create distortion and wondering how much we can manipulate them for weight in the voice. Whoa. Okay. I need to go look at some papers to see if people have written research about that. Okay, we'll keep going for now.
Master, just call my name 'cause all is great.
That was a very crazy train. Very crazy. Wait, this is 51. I thought it was 50 styles. Oh, do we have more? Okay, this is exciting. I do think we could have gone a little bit more nasal for Ozzy, but the laugh at the end was very, very crazy train. And I honestly have not gotten very far into Harry Styles, so that's probably something we should do on the channel at some time. Oh, it's 51? Is that it? Is that the done? I love it.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed yourself watching
I did.
Master of Puppets in like 50 different styles.
It was 51.
And now's the time to vote for your favorite style. So go over to the Patreon page.
We're going to vote?
Pledge just $1
that's
so you
awesome.
have access to the exclusive Patreon poll where you get to vote. And a fan favorite will be released sometime in the near future.
Oh, that's
Maybe
awesome.
sometime later this month or early next.
That's a really,
All
really
right.
good Patreon idea.
Until next time, this is 10 signing off.
Awesome! I'm going to go pledge and support him on Patreon because I think that is such a cool idea for engaging with patrons. Really, really dig it. And I think it encourages people to pick a favorite, which encourages them to go back and listen to all of them again and again and again until they have one that they like the most. That's really awesome. And it's so cool and such a brilliant idea to put all of these styles back to back. Man, it is very, just like tiny bite-sized chunks for each style. I love the way that this was based on Metallica fundamentally, so I think we got a lot of metal styles, or maybe that's something he does all the time, is a lot of different metal styles. But I felt very fascinated by the different ways he could manipulate his voice to create so many kinds of sounds, to the point that I don't know that I would have identified him as the same singer in at least 20, maybe 30 of those different styles. I maybe more, but some of those are instrumental, so I'm not sure. I think it's incredibly impressive that he's able to achieve such differentiation, and I believe still keep a very healthy instrument fundamentally underneath. Super cool. If you would like to see the original time that I reacted and analyzed Master of Puppets, you can check that out over here. And otherwise, may you fall more in love with music every day.